And there we are. All right. Sorry, I had a bit of a issue technically on my end, but here we are, and we are back for another episode of WindRiders of Aria. We've been away for a little while, but that's okay. Well, we were here last time, but that's okay. Feels like forever. So we're gonna go around real quick, let everybody introduce themselves, who they are, who they're playing, and let's see what 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 is motivating your character at this particular moment in the story. We're going to go straight across, and we're going to start with Kel. Maybe. Kel, can you hear me?
He looks pretty clueless.
Okay, so I'll go on. That's okay. We'll come back.
Oh, I had because I was doing some other stuff on this monitor, and the intro music you can't adjust the volume on my end on StreamYard, so I had the tab muted.
Okay, that's fair.
So might be.
That's okay. So if you'd like, you can go first.
Yeah. Do we have a question or like?
Yeah. What's your character's motivation at this particular time in the story, like to move forward?
Okay, and then to make sure, because I wasn't here last time, we all got beat the fuck up essentially by the explosion, and we're all recovering.
Oh yeah, y'all were very close to being dead.
Got it. So for A, well, first off, I'm Celtic Wyvern King, also known as Kel, playing A, the chief engineer / budding psychopath. Though I think On Track might have me beat on the psychopath part after that one session a few weeks back. You know, Mr. Fire spelled down the damn throat. As for A's motivation,
so where is he motivation wise?
He wants to know who the fuck messed with the ship, because even though it was on their main ship, it was like that engine was my engine. Right. You don't touch my stuff. You don't mess with my shit.
That's fair. Okay, very cool. I'm pretty sure you'll find out who that was soon enough.
I think we all know who's responsible for it.
Oh yeah, probably.
After all, she was the one that gave the ship to us to use.
Yep. Oh, I know. They also had a reset. No one rolled poorly tonight. This is me we're talking about.
Yeah, that is true. Fair enough. All right, let's go down to Lisa.
Hello, I'm Lisa. Winter Warfare Leia in chat. I played Katarina, the relatively sane person, but incredibly accident prone. So, my motivation: find the captain, grow new wings. In that order.
Okay, very cool. All right, let's go over to MC Henry.
MC Henry here, or Antarak, playing Douglas Lamora, a.k.a. Antarak, the crazy, apparently sociopathic wizard, or psychopathic, whatever, one of those adjectives will probably apply.
Psycho God.
Yeah.
What is I think what is motivating Antarak is he has this artifact and he needs to figure out what it does.
That's fair. Just eating away at you, isn't it?
It really is. It is bugging the shit out of me. What does this thing do? Why was it important? It might be a key ring that like doesn't open a door because it's like broken. And it was just all a ploy, but
it's a souvenir.
Thank you for visiting Hawaii.
Exactly. That's funny. All right, and of course, Slayer.
Hi, everybody. I am Old Worm Slayer, and I will be playing Gathal Preddy / Redbeard tonight. And Redbeard's motivation right now: revenge.
That's fair.
And I think he's going to take the damage he's done to the Black Tide Syndicate to a whole new level when he gets the chance.
Okay. That makes total sense. Cool. All right. Well, when last we were here, lots actually happened. For those of you, let me catch you up real quick. The party successfully, quote unquote, I suppose, achieved their mission. Got back on the boat that they were given by Sylvian Castrovalva, who was like the lieutenant, like the right hand person of the Black Tide Syndicate. Ruthless, very ruthless. But gave them a ship to go get this artifact. They went, they got the artifact, got back on the boat. As they were sailing out, the boat exploded. And Antarak, or Douglas, was the only one that basically wasn't hurt in a major way. And he found everybody else, got everybody else back in the thing. Unfortunately, we did lose one. That was Lieutenant Isaacs. But the Antarak did remember that he did get everyone to the beach as another ship was approaching. And when they got to the beach, eventually he came across the little thing to contact the Nautilus and its crew, who then did show up and did take them aboard and save them and nurse them back to somewhat of health. Most of them are still sort of they're not in critical condition. We've gotten everyone out of critical condition and sort of just healing at this point. The Nautilus did sit at the bottom of the ocean while they basically worked on everybody and got everybody where they needed to be. Everyone kind of reunited, touched base, trying to figure out what's going on. The crew of the Nautilus did find out that the engines were sabotaged to basically explode once they were turned off, then turned back on. They would build up pressure and the place would blow, which it did. And we're all trying to figure out who it is. Who did it? We have our theories, but is that who did it? We don't. I guess we'll find out later on.
But they did destroy the other ship.
Yes.
Put our clothes on bodies.
Yes. So the Nautilus crew did put your clothes on the bodies floating in the water, in the wreckage. So to try to give you guys some time to get away. But they were also. Go ahead.
We know of one person that did do it.
Well, that's true. We only know several people.
Because Silverblood wouldn't betray us like that.
No. Oh, wouldn't that be horrible? But so the Nautilus, the captain of the Nautilus tells you guys that they have to get moving soon. So where do you want? And they asked where you wanted to be taken. And that's kind of where we are. So we're going. It's been a few. It's actually been several days since the Nautilus rescued you from the island. So everyone is sort of healing nicely. For those of you who are less injured, you're healing up very well. Those who are a little more severely injured, you're not in like out of the woods yet, but you're in a good place. You can at least walk around. And eat regular food. Katerina had a wing transplant. Basically, they basically transplanted feathers into her wings, which were pretty badly burned and scarred. But that was a success. Now it's just about hoping that the wings will take the grafts of the new feathers, and then they'll start to fill out. But everybody else is in a pretty good place. Like I said, you were all able to walk around, probably not for extended periods of time. Some of you, like Douglas and you guys are pretty good. Katerina and Redbeard, you guys are probably restricted to, minimal movement, so that you don't hurt yourselves, but you're still able to get around. So let's say
I'm very curious about my near-death experience since I was technically dead.
Oh yeah, that's true.
So it doesn't have to be game. just message me at some point. I'm real curious as what her experience was with dying.
I don't know. You tell me. What was her experience? Are you talking about like what is it? What does she feel like after having died and come back, or
Like,
what
did
is
she
what was
see
her
anything
afterlife?
when did she see anything? Was there another place? Did someone tell her to go
Oh, okay.
back? You know,
Okay.
that kind of
I
thing.
don't know. I'd have to read up on your religion before I did that. So we could do that
Okay. Well, just
eventually.
like I said, I'm just curious. That
Okay,
changes someone.
that's fair. I'll look at. We'll have to have a conversation about your beliefs, and then we can go from
Okay.
there. So, all right. So basically, you guys have been brought to the mess. They would have brought Redbeard, Katarina to the mess, and where A and Antarak were probably already, and they kind of brought you all together. So you're all kind of sitting in the mess together. And like I said, this has been about 3, maybe 4 days. You guys have kind of been on the bottom of the ocean. So what are you guys doing? What you talking about?
We need to go find the
All right,
captain.
crew. Yes, but we also need to update our superiors,
Which
and
superiors?
we can't find the captain without a ship.
So you mean we go back to the hideout island? Is that what you're trying to say? Is that where you wanted us to go?
That's my recommendation.
How do you propose we get there?
Well, the captain has already said that he'd be willing to take us there.
Okay, just playing devil's advocate. Do you think it's wise to tell in our supposed allies where our secret base is? Does that not put everyone at risk if they were to get captured and tortured and forced to hand over information?
Mm-hmm.
Just,
That
just,
is,
just a thought.
it is a possibility I've considered. However, what other alternative do we have? Our ship that our in air quotes our ship has been destroyed. We don't know if we can contact the Starbreaker.
What if we went to the nearest port and contacted Fossa?
I kind of like that idea to go to like just a big port, and there might be rumors or jobs or things to chase down.
We
At very
also
least there'll
don't
be
have to give them the exact.
You good?
We, we don't have to give them the exact location of the base as long as we give them like the general area of the island, and we can make our way through the base from there.
A, what were you going to say?
I was going to say going to a port would be a better idea because it's also more crowded, so less likely for someone to do anything stupid like blow something up.
What?
I said less than likely. I didn't say improbable.
I just would hate to give up the location of our base. I think that's a really big risk.
I think, and if we were at like a big port, then we could ask about Sylvian. We could ask about Captain Silverblood. We could ask if there's other contacts to our organization too.
And remember, we're dead. No one's looking for us.
Mm-hmm. That's another
Counterpoint,
reason the port would be a good idea.
if we start asking around and there happen to be guys of the Black Tide Syndicate around, they can get would be able to get word that we're still alive.
And they'll find out one way or another, but still better than telling people where we live.
True.
I mean, for that matter, we could pretend to be part of the Black Tide Syndicate and just play ourselves off as part of that group,
Also true.
or any other group. Like Katarina said, we're legally, or at least on the surface level, not alive anymore. So we can kind of paint ourselves as whatever role we want to take.
Our best bet of being able to contact either the base or FOSSA directly to get a message off.
And Will, I'm probably going to ask this question
Mhm.
a lot on the side, but have I been able to figure anything out?
You can roll an intelligence check to see if you can, or a mechanical check as well, or whichever one you
Intelligence
prefer.
is stronger for me, but I do have both.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Since I wasn't here last time, out of curiosity, where did you put A when the explosion happened?
You were down below.
All right.
You weren't at the explosion, like you weren't at ground zero, but you were down in the engine room.
Oh, I'm pretty sure if I was at ground zero, I would have been fucking dead.
Yeah.
All right. Reason I'm asking then is, can I roll to see what I recall from the explosion? Now it's been a few days and my brain ain't all concussed.
Sure. Yeah, you can roll the.
If I was down in the engine room, I definitely would have been knocked. My brain definitely been knocked around a bit by the explosion.
bit.
Of course.
they did recreate the explosion, and we do have some information for you. But yeah,
Okay. Hold on.
Oh, that's
Where-
right. They did rebuild the ship. They rebuilt what they could of the engine room.
Okay.
they
But yeah, you can roll.
basically, when they, from what I remember, is the engine was basically sabotaged from the moment we set off to do this mission.
Mhm.
But yeah,
All right. Well, I just want to see what I recall from the explosion. Like what part exactly like blew on the engine. Like essentially where the ignition point was. 3.
It was in like the central, like the center of the ship in a conduit.
Okay.
Yeah, it was basically one of your several of your conduits basically burst.
Okay. Fuse wiring problem. Okay. Because really, I was wondering, like, if I was able to see the ignition point, would be to see if I can tell what kind of skill the person would need to cause the sabotage.
I mean, you can roll for it. You can roll mechanical.
Mechanical this time, cool.
Yeah, so if you went and re-looked at everything, yeah, roll mechanical.
It's going to be a level 4. Damn it, not a surge. That's a 6.
Okay. As you're sort of looking at the the recreation, basically.
Yeah.
You can see that the sabotage was not in the engine itself. It was in the backflow, the exhaust, basically.
Okay.
So what happened? What you can see is that whoever did this, they put a catch in the conduits to where when the engine turned on, it was wide open, but when the engine's turned off, the catch closed and locked. So when you restarted the engines, the exhaust built up,
Yeah.
and at that point, which was the weakest, that's when it popped.
Got it. Okay. So by sound of it, had to be something somewhat to pretty skilled with their hands.
Yeah, I mean, you can also, since you're basically an engineer, you can see that it wasn't a bad job. It just was kind of more like
Rushed.
it was a little sloppy. I mean,
That's
so
all saying, like somewhat too pretty skilled, like kind of
Yeah.
given a wide range.
yeah, they were. I mean, it's ingenious. It's just it was
But-
poorly executed.
Got it.
So either they were
But
interrupted
we
or they were doing
survived.
it quickly. Yeah. Which is funny because
It could be why we survived.
yeah, but in all intents and purposes, you technically shouldn't have survived. With where it exploded, you shouldn't have survived. So that's the key. It's like we should have all died, but because it was a rush job or they were just sloppy, that's probably why you survived. They wouldn't know that you survived, but you can see, if they had done it this way instead, we would have been dead.
Okay. And that A is definitely going to keep thinking like, oh, so that's how they did. Like when he probably came to and like was able to finally take a look at everything.
Right.
He probably definitely had a moment like, okay, I want to remember that.
Yeah.
For reasons that no one needs to worry about. Because I'm
Now
not
let's do
petty.
this.
Fair. That's fair.
Oh,
So
I'm pretty sure we're both on the same wavelength here, Kel. We would totally do to one of their ships.
oh
But
yeah.
worse.
I mean, also, while you guys are there talking and discussing, the captain will approach your table, and he will say that they have to get underway. You're welcome to come with them for now, but they have to go back to their home base basically to resupply. So you're welcome to go with them, or they can drop you off somewhere. So he put that
Well,
forth.
their home base would be the nearest port
It would
that's
be.
safe.
Yep. That is very true.
And I would hate to disrupt their business. They've already saved us, helped us. I hate to delay their mission longer than we have to.
Well, he'll tell you that you can go to if you can go to Orphidian, and you can leave from there and go wherever you want. You could probably even hire a ship.
Is that what he says? Is there?
Yeah. Mhm.
Where they're heading to Orphidian?
Yeah, they're heading to Orphidian. That's their home base, and they have to resupply. They've been out of some supplies, medical supplies, food supplies, and
Can I ask the captain, like, why do you trust us so much? Like,
well, you're Fossian, right? He's like, we have a treaty with Fossia. with the Fossian government. We're not at odds with each other. We're just not part of their basically their empire. We're not part of the Fossian empire. But we have like trade agreements with them, and he'll go in and he'll tell you very much like they have it's like a working relationship.
Okay, that makes sense then. I think you said that before. I just forgot.
That's okay. So, Buddy says, "You're welcome to come with us." Like I said, he'll repeat, "You're welcome to come with us," and then find your passage from there, if you wish. But we have to go and we have to resupply. So, just let me know what you need, and by the end of the day, and he will walk out.
New idea. We go with them and ask them to politely keep an eye out for the Starbreaker.
Well, the Starbreaker, in theory, should still be in the secret port, right?
Could be.
Unless they send out a search party for us.
That is true as well. So. Okay, so you guys have a day to decide. So, what do you guys want to do in this day? This sort of, well, I say a day. You have probably half a day at this point because we're more like lunch than breakfast.
I want to get a tattoo.
Okay, sure, absolutely.
I want to try out this tattoo theory.
Okay. Sure. You can. Do you like go around and ask if anybody does tattoos?
Yeah.
I mean, you can definitely actually roll an intelligence check for me.
Okay.
And let's see what you see as you're kind of meandering about the ship.
5.
Okay. Well, I mean, as you're kind of going through the ship, you do see some of the sailors with some pretty intricate tattoos. So
I'd probably ask one that I liked more than the other ones.
okay. What do you ask?
So like, hey, who did your ink? Or who would be the best person on the ship to get some ink?
Yeah, you don't want to get a tattoo on the boat.
Oh.
You want to go to we're going to Orphidium. You know, you need to see Madame Tess. She's the best.
Oh, Madame Tess. Okay.
Mm-hmm. I bet you all the sailors on this ship have gone to her.
Is she so like her specifically, or like does she have a shop, or like
her specifically?
Her specifically. Okay.
And he'll like holler across the hall there to one of his crewmates. He'll go, Sahid, and he waves him over. Sahid comes over, and he's like, "Where'd you get your tattoos, man?" He goes, "Oh, Madame Tess. You want the?" And he'll like roll up his sleeves, and you'll see it's like this intricate, super intricate tattooing, very detailed, almost 3-dimensional.
Looks
very,
like
very
it's cool. Just like okay, jumping off.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right, then that solves that.
He's like, I mean, you could get a tattoo on the boat. You know, Cookie could do it, but I don't know if you want that.
Yeah, I'll hold out. I'll hold out for a quality piece.
There you go.
Appreciate the heads up, sir.
Mm-hmm. All right. And he goes back to his duties. Yeah, more about the rest of you.
Oh, A is just probably like in the room where we're all still sitting. mumbling to himself as he is plotting how to get payback on whoever he needs to get payback on.
Fair. And Katarina?
I am going back to the infirmary and going to get detailed instructions on what I need to do to make this feather transplant a success.
Okay. Cool. So you go back to the infirmary. The doctor is there.
Yeah.
He'll tell you. One, you can't use them for like at least 4 weeks. If you do,
Is there a way to immobilize them
oh yeah,
so I don't accidentally?
they've already got them immobilized.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, they're like in not a steel cage, but it's a rigid cage. It's like whalebone cage.
Okay.
It's almost like a backpack that and he'll say what you need to do nightly is remove the cage. You need to, and he'll give you a tub of like a cream, and he'll say you'll need to rub this cream on your wings nightly, and then wrap them in this sort of soft cotton cloth, and sleep on your stomach. And and then every morning when you get up, remove the cloth so they can breathe, put the cage back on, and you'll have to have the cage on at all times for 4 weeks. After 4 weeks, you don't have to wear the cage anymore. After 4 weeks, that if the feather grafts have not taken, they're not going to take. Or if they're not in place in 4 weeks, they're not gonna. But he's very, very positive. He's very, very positive they'll take. But after 4 weeks, you can remove the cage. And he'll say that after that, every morning also you don't want to stretch them fully. You just want to kind of move them a little bit to keep mobility in them, and then cage them.
Gotcha.
Don't try to flap them. Don't try to like full on. Just a slight movement just to keep the joints, active. And that's it.
I understand. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Basically preventing them from atrophying.
Try not to get into any fights either.
I'll do my best.
Okay, cool. What about Redbeard? What's he up to?
He's doing similar, the instructions that he would need for helping with his recovery.
Okay. Yeah, they'll tell you that you'll need to keep your wounds dressed, and they'll give you also a cream that you can put on the wound, and they'll say here, use these bandages. Make sure you keep them dressed at night. Take the dressing off so they can breathe. Every morning, put a dressing back on. And yours should be healed. Yours should be in a good place in about 2 weeks if you take care of it.
Okay. He will ask because he's concerned about the well-being of his crew. He would ask also for instruction on how he can help Katarina recover from
right
her wounds. That way she's not having to try to do all herself.
Okay. I mean, he'll tell you what her process is, but he's like, it's pretty easy for one person. I mean, you're welcome to ask her if you can help, but it's pretty easy for one person. And he'll explain it all to you, and he's like, yeah, but yeah. Cool.
Well, right. She's been there for me in the past. It's only fair that I try to do the same in return.
Okay. Absolutely. He'll tell you. So, okay. So, Antarak, what are you doing now that you're not getting a tattoo on board?
I think I am either teasing Hatter's character with how much food he can eat, or trying to figure out. I think Andrak is on the vote of let's go back to Orphidian, but he's also like he's not gonna like press that. So if everybody else wants to go to a different port, he'll be all right with that.
Okay.
But he does want to see if he can figure out what's going on with this
It's an
artifact.
artifact.
Yeah, he's very curious about what it is, and I'm very curious about what it is. And if it's nothing, then that is fine. That is absolutely fine. He is just like, this is itching at him. They were sent to do this, and it just caused nothing but trouble. And if nothing else, he wants to know if it's a snow globe or if it's like the key to an ancestral door to an eldritch being's
Snow
house
globe.
or something.
I love the snow globe idea.
So I was thinking about Fallout in Las Vegas. You can collect, or New Vegas, you can collect snow globes. And then when you get your last apartment in New Vegas, you have the snow globes are all displayed in little pretty outlooks. That's why I was thinking about that. But yeah, he's very intent on figuring that out or giving Hatter's character utter hell about how he cannot eat solid foods for a while, and just like having a big old steak right in front of him, like, this tastes really good. Maybe both at the same time. I don't know.
Okay, you are 100% the psychopath now. That is sadistic.
That is pretty bad. It's like, wow. Okay, yeah, sure. So yeah, he's in the mess drinking a shake, basically. Through a straw.
You get like a giant baked potato with like bacon and a bunch of shredded cheese on it. And
okay.
Gonna cut into that thing.
Love it.
Ask him how he's doing. How's your day going, buddy?
No. And he can't speak to you. Because basically they have wired his jaw shut. So he can't even speak to you. All he can do is just look at you with angry eyes.
I think Antrak's gonna intentionally not eat half of it.
Oh wow, dude. Yeah, you're definitely the psychopath of the group. Definitely.
God damn, I thought I could be sadistic.
I know. I'm like, shit, he's like torturing this poor kid.
Because you see what I've done in my Stargate game.
Yeah.
Especially the last couple episodes.
Wow. Yeah. So yeah, all right. So while you guys are there in the mess, one of the lieutenants will come walking in and look at the two, you, Entourage, and Hatter there, and he'll say, "I have a message for your group from the captain. Who should I give it to?"
Probably me, I guess, since
Okay.
you're here.
He'll hand it to you. And
Okay.
there you go. And he'll turn and walk away. It's like, literally, it's like, just came to deliver a message.
I'll crack that sucker open and see what it says inside.
It is a dispatch.
Okay.
That they received through channels that basically declares all of you legally dead.
Perfect. Okay.
They searched for you, but they gave up the search when they found the unidentifiable bodies with your clothing. So you are now officially deceased. You are nobodies.
I would nobody knows. I'll share that with Hatter right off the bat, and then go search for the rest of the crew to let them know that we are freewheeling, fancy-free peoples at the moment.
Okay. As you can see in the chat, Hatter is very happy that he's dead.
I'm just
did
thinking
not-
about. I mean, Katarina doesn't have anybody that they're going to notify, but some people got family. They're about to get some bad news.
Indeed. So okay, so everyone has gotten the news. What are you guys doing?
A's just like, because he was living on the streets before all this happened anyway.
That's fair.
He had no family to begin with.
That's fair.
If anything, he's probably just going to make a joke going like, you can't convict a dead man.
That is very true.
Think about the stuff he was arrested for.
That is very true.
That's true. If there's any outlying warrants, good riddance to those.
Yep, those are all gone.
Yeah, well, no, because I forgot you weren't here for this. So A tried to recreate the power source that essentially destroyed almost most of Stormhawn's landmass,
Yeah,
and he got swatted.
yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. God. Ooh, yeah, he did. He got slapped on that wrist and sent to the academy.
So you think of it like the beginning of Police Academy, where he was told you got to go to jail or you go to the academy.
And you went to the academy.
No, I got much of a choice.
Yeah, he didn't. He wasn't given much of a choice. Okay, so all right. So what about Entourage? What about Douglas? What is he? Where's he at?
I don't think Antrac's gonna keep his motivations too secret. He's gonna be like, I really want to go to Ophidian because I want to get a tattoo from Madame Tess, and I have a thing I want to try and see if it works, but I won't know if it works until after I get the tattoo. And that's literally my entire reason for that choice. So if anybody has a better reason to not go there, that's probably just fine.
Okay. What about everybody else? Where are you guys at mentally? What's going on? Just found out that you're officially dead.
There's something kind of appealing about starting over. You know? I've never had this chance before.
Okay. So while you guys, I mean, I don't know if you guys come together and discuss, or if I'll let y'all just think about that for a second. As you hear over the intercom, the captain says, all hands prepare for departure. As they basically start up the Nautilus and begin moving. They said that they've made course correction to Ophidian for resupply. So all stations prepare. Okay.
I didn't mean to downplay that so much. I just have no idea. I don't really have an idea of what Antrac's family life would have looked like. So I don't really know how that would have affected him as personally.
That's fair. Adder is very depressed because he has, his parents and his siblings. He seems very down at this point, at this moment. Almost angry. to a point. So, and of course, he cannot verbally say what he wants, but
Then again, Douglas picking on him doesn't help the matter any.
well, not anymore. It's like
I
Yeah,
don't think I would have done that after that.
you're like, hey, how's it going? As I'm still eating this big old piece of steak.
Yeah, I think that would have stopped at that point.
Yeah, that's fair. So I'm assuming you all kind of gather to discuss what your next move is. So we'll say that you all sort of congregate in, let's say, in the infirmary.
When
And I'll just
Redbeard,
present paper to the middle of the table and be like, well, what does this mean for us?
Redbeard, you were saying?
did you ask who searched for us?
Did he ask who searched for you?
Yes.
No, he didn't ask. You could ask if you want to find out what they know. They just intercepted a dispatch. They don't know the details.
All right. Then. So. I'm still saying we should go to their base and figure out what to do from there. What say the rest of you?
I say it's too risky.
What was
To
it?
go
Going
back to their base?
to their base?
Their base,
Yeah.
yes, not our base.
Yeah, I was saying their base.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, yeah, I'm in agreement.
What about A and Entourac?
As long as I can blow something up, because I'm ready. Again, I'm not saying I'm petty, but I got ideas.
You're petty. It's okay to say you're petty.
Hey, I'm Irish. I'm Irish. What do you expect?
He's totally petty. He's totally petty. Okay.
Right.
Entourac?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, he's
Adder,
all for opinion. For a
Adder
different
will
reason.
also agree. Yeah, for a different reason.
It's like, yeah, it sounds great. Let's get revenge.
It's like, hell yeah. Let's get revenge and a tattoo. Or he's just very much like, let's get a tattoo. Maybe some revenge.
Yeah.
Maybe some revenge.
after all, Aid, I think at this point, you, me, and Adder are all on the same wavelength at this point. They crossed a line that brings you to the point of they're fucked.
That's fair. Okay. All right. So we're going to go ahead and go to Orphidian with the crew. Okay. Who tells the captain that? Entourac, are you being the messenger? And
I think he's really the only one that can still freely walk anyway. Because
that is
A had a busted leg, right? That was his wound.
Yeah, you're still limping around, but you get around pretty well. But yeah, Entourac's the only one that wasn't injured.
From the benefit of being a complete selfish a-hole and hiding in his quarters while everyone else was doing their jobs, I got the least injuries.
So funny.
And he also rolled the best on that roll to see how.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. Yeah, the 3d6. Yeah.
But he almost drowned, though.
Yeah. I almost drown every time I try to swim.
Which is so funny. So, all right. So, Entourac, do you go and tell the captain? Oh,
yeah,
I died.
That's true. You did die. Okay. All right. So you go tell the captain. All right. Cool. He'll say absolutely. He's like, we'll be there. We'll be there within the hour. So if you want to let everyone else know, you can also, if you want, you can all go to the observation deck as we approach.
Yeah, we'll meet up in a central area and I guess talk about it.
Okay, so you're going to go back and meet in the infirmary.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So, all right, so you're back in the infirmary. What do you tell everybody?
Well, we're heading back to Ophidian, so we'll figure out what to do from there. What's do we have any way of any plan to get word to Silverblood, or are we just playing off the cuff, or what are we gonna do when we get there?
Is this a place we've been to before?
No, you've never even heard of it.
Okay.
Let's not put their base at risk on the off chance that they have him.
Yeah, they've been pretty good to us. I agree with that. So play it low.
Yes.
Yeah, because
Okay.
they've helped Katerina a ton. They saved basically all of our lives. Twice.
Okay.
Speaking of which, Katerina, I took the liberty of finding out how to help you with your wounds if you ever need it.
Did you hear that, Lisa?
I did. I said,
Okay.
okay, it seems pretty straightforward, but I'll keep it in mind. Thank you.
No problem. After all, you've been there for me, and you would do the same in return.
Yeah, I will always be on your side, brother.
Okay. All right. So you go. Go ahead.
I feel sorry for the Black Tide Syndicate because we've seen Aid on his good side.
That's fair. I don't know. We've also
Yes.
seen A in a really. We've seen him kind of psychotic as well.
But
I
I
would say
think
psychotic. It's more
there's a-
tactical.
well.
John Wick style.
Fair. That's fair. That's fair. Okay. So all right. So you guys have decided to go to Orphidian, and then just take it from there, one step at a time.
Yep.
Cool. The captain will come over and will say that they are on final approach. If you all want to go to the observation lounge or observation deck, you are welcome to do so.
Let's do that.
Okay. So everyone's going to the observation deck. Oh, go ahead.
Meanwhile, I would also recommend, depending on how long the travel it would take, if it hasn't already been cleaned out of our faces and whatnot, Gath would recommend we undo what's left of any alterations we did for our disguises.
Oh, okay. That's fair. Okay.
Because those personas are dead.
That's true. You take on whole new identities if you want. Okay. Cool. So y'all can do that if you wish. So as if you all go to the observation deck, as you can see the sort of we're underwater. You see sort of the mountains, the sort of underwater mountains passing by as they're going through sort of like what looks like a trench. And as the Nautilus goes up and kind of over what looks like a rise, you guys will see this.
Wow.
As you approach Orphidian, the Nautilus pulls up towards the city. It will veer off slightly to the left and kind of go around to what looks like a portal, or porthole rather, that just has sort of a spiral closing door that just spirals open. The Nautilus kind of sails right through, closes behind, and the Nautilus will pull into what looks like a garage underwater. As it pulls into the garage, you can all see it's sort of a 360 view of what's happening around, and it kind of pulls in and stops. And from the side, you see these sort of arms sort of come in and like latch hold of the sub. And the doors behind you close, and then the water just begins to go down. As the sub is no longer underwater, you will see the gangplanks come to the different exits on the sub. And you'll hear the captain say, "All hands ashore. Key personnel will remain at their posts until further notice. And all guests are free to disembark." So, yeah. So you guys are free to leave the sub if you so desire.
Yeah, no, A's 100% going to be limping off.
I'm going to definitely make sure I personally thank the captain.
Okay. Yeah, he'll be there as you're disembarking. And he'll tell you to talk with the portmaster. They may have a ship that you can borrow or rent out for a modest price, or even purchase. Honestly, they would say he said he would give you one of theirs, but they're going to need theirs for the upcoming mission they're going on.
Okay.
Do we have money? I never thought about that.
Can I?
You do.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Can we all just step aside out of the flow of people? And it's like, so
like, are you off the sub, or are you still on the sub?
On the sub.
Okay.
Before we get out there, like, who are we going to be? How are we presenting ourselves?
Oh, to the Orphidians.
Yeah.
Well, we're Fossians, obviously. They have the treaty with the Fossians, right?
Yep.
Okay.
So,
yeah, I mean, you can be Fossian citizens.
And what were we doing way out here? Someone will ask. We need to have our story straight.
Can we be coral scientists or something really obscure that no one will wonder about? Or do you want to do something else?
We were captains of a group of pirates.
That's actually very, very believable, actually, considering the Nautilus are pirate hunters.
Rescued prisoners from the either Black Hand Syndicate or some other pirate group.
Let's go with the group affiliated with the ship that they sunk while rescuing us.
The Dark Hands?
Like, our ship was attacked and we were left adrift, and then the Nautilus saved us. I like that better than being prisoners, because that brings up all new questions. Like, what have you learned? Where were you?
That's fair. Okay. I mean, you could have just
So
been
we're-
merchants.
That works.
Yeah, I mean, merchants. No one's going to question that. I mean, it makes sense. You know, merchants are constantly being attacked by pirates in the southern seas. So, and if they ask, "Oh, where are you from?" You can just say from Fossa. They're like, "Oh, okay, yeah, blah blah blah." Yeah, I think you could
that
probably.
works.
I think you guys could BS your way through that.
Like we're salt traders or something like that.
Yeah,
Keep it simple. That way we don't get
yeah,
trapped. You know?
yeah. You'll get caught in a lie.
I personally don't know who it was. I didn't see the flag of the ship that attacked us because I was busy
Yeah.
midship.
Yep.
So
Well, I will fill you in. It was the Dark Hands. The pirates of the Western Seas. They're not as vile as the other pirates, but I didn't trust them anyway.
Yeah. And their ship
All
was
right.
the Sequester. You get the joke there? Sequester.
Of course. Was it had sequins on it? Was it like
all right.
It was
So
shiny.
just in case, I mean, shall we use our Fossian names so we don't have to remember? I mean, obviously we don't want to use our pirate names, but
You know, crazy thought process. As something further down the road, we should ask the captain if there's somebody we can trust to talk to about getting a hold of the Fasten government without revealing who we are.
well, if we're saying we're Fossian citizens, it would make sense that we would want to contact Fossa to let our families back there know we're okay.
No, I
That
mean
would be perfectly logical.
they have a treaty with Fossa, so
Yeah. All
I
right.
was thinking somebody within the military who's aware of our mission, like Gustav.
that's true. Y'all could you could contact Gustav and he's in Ganderheim.
That's if we catch him at a good hour.
there is some
That's
there
fair.
is some messed up dark part of me that wants to pretend that I can only speak sign language and Adder is my interpreter. But
And my thought to draw their attention for him to come here is we have information about uh, what happened to their fallen members. Just a thought.
what's your proposition?
Basically, to get Gustav to come to here or someplace close by, we arranged a meeting with him saying that there's a group of individuals with information about what led to the deaths of their uh, led to our deaths.
This top secret mission that merchants would have no idea about.
They wouldn't know. That's why we don't say merchants. We'll just say we're individuals that have information. Like we are witnesses that saw what happened to the crew, but we're sending it up to somebody in the Boston military. Gustav is probably a well-known ranking member of the Boston military.
I don't care. Whatever y'all want to do.
And wasn't Gustav back at the headquarters we were using as our secret base?
He went back to Ganderheim.
Ah,
He was recalled to Ganderheim.
Hmm.
Something about inappropriate behavior as a representative of the government. I don't know. It's weird.
there's also the one, I'm forgetting his name, but Aide flirted with his daughter.
Oh God, you took a Hey, Sparkles. Welcome. That's oh yeah, that was God, what was his name?
Which guy?
The guy whose daughter you were.
Oh fuck! What was his name? It was
Yeah,
like
no.
something.
I've got it here
The
somewhere.
one that offered me a job.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one. Yeah, the daughter that almost got me thrown in jail for her
Can I
being a
roll
flirt.
guile to sneak away from this conversation and go get a tattoo?
Fuck! What was his name?
Give me a second. I've got it here.
I think it started with a J.
Yeah, it was. Gosh, almighty.
Well, I suggest we divulge as little information as possible until we know the lay of the land. That's my suggestion.
True. I'm thinking long term eventually.
Well, it was.
God.
Well,
I'm pretty sure it started with a J because I think we were making jokes about how somewhere was a Javert.
No, I think that was. I'm looking to double check, but I think it was. Chief Commander Varnick.
That was it. It was Varnick. You're right.
Yeah,
Chief Commander Varnick.
Yep. He's the military liaison to the Mikado, to the Queen. Yeah. Is that who you want to get in touch with?
It's somebody that's high profile that it wouldn't draw too much suspicion unless we have the captain pass the message along.
Okay. That's up to you guys. So, Antrek, you're going to sneak off and go get a tattoo, right?
Yeah.
Love it. Okay. Let's roll some guile and let's see if you can sneak off.
I'm down to clown. Oh shit.
Anybody who's interested can roll intelligence to see if you can see him sneak off.
Sure. Oh shit.
I
I didn't realize it kicked me out of the game. Whoops. I need A brought over to the scene.
Oh, yeah, I can do that.
Same.
Sorry. Oh, sorry, I'll bring you guys over.
Oh, was that? Oh, okay. I didn't roll very well, did I? Okay.
That's the one thing I'll say about alchemy is that bringing them over to the scene. That's gonna be something I'll fucking forget when I start.
Yeah, I always forget because I always think you just kind of go over automatically, but you do not.
Yep.
All right, let me see. I think that's everyone there. So let me pull you over.
Also, to make sure to tab back over to alchemy that kept it, awake, so to speak.
And
So I'm the. Oh wait, I would have been at level 6. Why did I roll level 5? I would have one more level, but I guess it doesn't really matter.
let me pull you over real quick. A. There you are.
All right, what's my intelligence? 3.
There, you guys should all be there now.
Yep. 5 for A.
5 for A, a 6 for Gath, 2 for
2.
Katarina. Yeah, Antarak, he just slipped right by you like a squid in the ocean.
Hand you all a ballpoint pen and say, "Here's some ink," and I'm out.
Yep. So off you go. So yeah, you're able to. You sort of sneak into the crew as they're offloading, and you just sort of off you go.
Yep, I am seeking out. I'm looking for Madam Tess.
So you see the sailor that you were talking to earlier. He's disembarking.
Yeah, I'm gonna talk to him. I'm like, "Hey, man, I'm gonna take your advice. I want to go see Madam Tess and get a tattoo. Where do I go?"
Oh, hey, I can take you there. It's not far from my home.
Beauty, it's beauty.
Cool. So he'll be like, just here, come with me. And he'll just start to veer off out of the line and head towards one of the exits there in the disembarkation area.
Yep,
Now,
chit chat with him about, I don't know, literally anything. His home life, his sea life, as we're heading over there.
That's fair as well. Yeah, he'll tell you that he was born there. He grew up in the sort of outer habitat area. He joined the military at a very young age. His goal was to serve on the Nautilus, and he got that opportunity last year. And so he's been on the Nautilus for about a year, and he loves it. He says he eventually wants to work himself up to bridge crew.
And Antrak will do everything he can to keep him engaged in said conversation, so that that's fantastic. What would you? So if you're bridge crew, okay, and all right, let's play pretend while you're on bridge crew that there's an attack on the ship, and the pirates have latched onto your ship and they are boarding. What would your first reaction to be? And he's basically going to just like play those situations out as we're walking.
Okay. So as you say that, he just starts laughing. He's like, well, first of all, he's like, they have to get close enough to us to do that.
You've never been boarded? Ever?
No, never.
How have you never been boarded?
Because we are the Nautilus. The Nautilus is like the flagship of our fleet. She's slick. Her captain is outstanding. I mean, he's like a historical figure in our society. I mean, he's like ranks up there with the prefect.
Who's the prefect? What is that?
Oh, he would be like your Mikado in Fossa, sort of like the leader, the king. He's not a king, but he's like our leader. But he's, the captain is just he's that good. The Nautilus has never been boarded. She's been hit a couple of times. I mean, they've got a couple of hits on her, but she's never been boarded.
That's amazing. I don't think I've ever heard of any other ship that has never been boarded. It seems like every ship I get on gets boarded, and then I end up on a different ship, and it's like I don't even know. I mean, I'm Fossian, but I don't even know like which ship was originally mine anymore. I've just been bouncing around like a ping pong ball.
Oh wow, really? So, I mean, what brought you into the situation where we found you?
Well, we were with our captain and we got separated, and then we got boarded by another ship, and basically we were held at gunpoint and told to go find this artifact. And Andrak will hold it up. I don't even know what it looks like, but like this thing. And so we got that, and then our ship got blasted out of the water, and then we got rescued by you guys, and here we are.
I mean, were you boarded by pirates? Wait, I'm confused. Like,
Yeah, by the Black Tide, the BTS, the K-pop crew.
he's like, wait a minute, you were boarded by the Black Tide Syndicate and you lived?
Well, I assumed it was Black Tide Syndicate. Sylvian Castavolva.
And he'll like dead stop. He'll look at you like you encountered Sylvian Castrovalva and you lived. He's like, what was she like? I mean, we've only ever heard stories. We've never seen her. We've only ever
I don't know
heard
where the language barrier on this production is, but Antrak would be like, she is the epitome of evil.
Psychotic.
Yeah. She shot members of the crew around us. Not that I knew them, but she shot random people to prove to us that she was willing to carry out her actions no matter what.
They say, yeah, he's like, they say she's like 10 feet tall and eyes that glow red and like 4 arms. And I mean, he just goes on to describe this like larger than life character.
Antrak has a very good memory, and he will describe her exactly in her proper dimensions.
Oh, wow. So oh, wow, really? So she didn't have 4 arms?
No. I mean, she was scary as all get out. And there is no denying that she's a person that you do not want to cross paths with. But
wow. Yeah. And he sort of turns and starts walking again as he's talking. He's like, I've heard stories of ships that have come in contact with her and her crew, and they always leave one person alive, well, barely alive. And they usually don't live very long, but they keep one person alive just to warn people that this is what happens if you cross them.
I think Antrak misses a step on that.
He'll go on to tell you about how they basically killed his father and his father's crew for no reason. They were a simple merchant ship, and the Black Tide Syndicate literally just annihilated them for no reason, just because they could. And he only found out about it because they found one of the crew members floating in the middle of the ocean, barely alive, to tell the tale.
I mean, yeah, that sounds very much like her demeanor, and her overall attitude is dominance. And I'm pretty sure that we were doomed from the second we set sail, but by the grace of whatever being guides our lives, we survived.
And he'll just like, wow, because he's just amazed that you're alive, that you survived it. It's like you and your whole crew. And he's like, that's crazy. And he's like, so have you ever seen Gray Eyes?
Who's that?
Oh wow. Gray Eyes is like he's like the pirate king. He's like the head of the Black Tide Syndicate. Not many people have ever seen him. But they say when you do, his eyes are cold and gray, hence the name. And that if he sets his eyes on you, you're like marked. Like you're gonna die. It's like literally you take one look at him and then you're dead.
So is the whole Black Tide Syndicate basically under the thumb of these horrifying beings?
Yeah. He's like Gray Eyes is like the head. And then there's Sylvian, who is like his right hand, his enforcer, basically. And then there's Lucian. Lucian's he's the you think Sylvian's bad. Lucian will literally like he'll dissect you while you're still alive just to check you out and talk to you while he's doing it. He'll leave you alive. He won't kill you. Wide open. He'll let the birds eat you from the inside. He's bad. He's because Sylvian is his enforcer. Lucian is his executioner.
Can I ask you a really strange question? Who's this guy I'm talking to? What's his name?
His name is Thane.
Thane. Hey, Thane, that sounds really scary. Can I ask you one question? Does the word Kushkata mean anything to you?
No. I'm not familiar with it. What is it?
Nothing. Just curious.
Okay.
Working on my plan B. I'm sorry.
I may go back and be the ruler of these people. Okay. So you guys will keep walking. So, all right, let's go back to the rest of you real quick. So you guys with your investigations that you rolled, except for Katarina, but A and Gath, you will notice that Antarak is not there.
As soon as I notice that Anorak's missing, I'll be like, "Oh, this is not going to go well." Now, y'all worried when I run away. I'm worried about him running away.
I know, right? Especially with his Kushkatas, syndrome.
Mm-hmm. So I'm just going to turn to the others and go like, "Yeah, I'm going to go look for Anorak, buddy system and all, and just start limping away."
Okay.
And hopefully I can find him fast enough before he causes trouble.
Okay. So A he starts limping off the sub.
Hey, make sure to tell him not to pull a U.
I'll pull a U.
Hey, I'm not the one who throws fire down people's throats.
That's fair.
Because I'm definitely going to be using that against you for a little bit.
That's right. Yeah, but you did disappear without telling people where you were going before.
Yeah, it's true.
And then over my shoulder, I'm going to yell, like, "Yeah, at least mine was actually productive." And then I'm finally out of earshot.
That's fair as well. Cool. All right, so Katarina, you and Gath are left on the sort of gangplank there as the rest of the crew is disembarking. What are y'all up to?
So, Katarina, better version of my idea. Instead of us trying to arrange a meeting for us to meet with somebody from the government, we ask the captain to see if he can make arrange a meeting for him to speak with somebody with information about our deaths. Because it would be less suspicious if a pirate hunter knew something about what happened to us.
You can do that. I'm gonna go check with the port master to see about ships.
Cool.
All right.
All right. So, Katarina, you're going to go and check on a ship. Gath, you're going to go and speak to the captain.
Yep.
Alrighty. Cool. And Antarak
And
is.
I'll look to Aria and go, you can either stick with me or go with her.
He'll come with you. He can't do it. He can't speak anyway, so he'll just follow you.
Okay.
So, all right, cool. All right, so A is off to look for Antarak.
Yep.
Katarina is off to check on it, see if you can get a ship or some sort of transportation. And Gath is on his way to see the captain. Excellent. So, cool. So we'll go back to Antarak. So Antarak, you and Thane are walking. You go from sort of the port district into sort of like the downtown type of area. And he'll take you to Market Street. And Market Street is just as it says. It's basically full of markets and little businesses and things of that. He'll take you about halfway down Market Street, and then he'll stop and go, okay, here we go. This was Madame Tess's last known location. We'll see if she's still here. And so he kind of turns left and kind of goes down this very narrow alleyway. It's well lit. It's not like dark and sinister. It's well lit. And you can see there are people wandering. And he kind of goes down. You kind of walk about 3/4 of the way down this alley. And he comes to like a sort of turquoise colored doorway. And he kind of knocks on it in a peculiar way. And little thing slides open. The little window slides open. And you look, then it slides closed. And then you hear the locks unlocking. Several of them. And it slowly opens. And you hear a voice from the darkness there saying, "Enter." And you see Thane. He goes, "Let's go." And he just walks in.
Yeah, I have full faith. This guy's leading me in the right direction.
Excellent. You go in and the door closes.
He's
behind
actually
you.
a double agent for the Black Tide Syndicate.
Yeah.
You know?
And Antarak is slaughtered. And you meet Lucian. No, I'm just kidding. So you come in and it's looks like a waiting room almost. He's just like, here, take a seat, wait here, and I'll go see if Madame Tess is available. And he sort of disappears through like a beaded curtain. And you're sort of in this waiting room, and there's like 3 other people sitting there, all of which are rather sketchy. Or what we would consider sketchy. They all look like sailors, really, but I think everybody here does. One of them is this really sort of large, muscular sort of man wearing sort of like a vest and like this sort of cut off pants and shoes, and he's got this sort of long handlebar mustache. The other one is this sort of slender woman who looks like she's been around the block a couple of times. She looks like she could whoop your ass just by looking at you.
I mean, most people can.
Yeah, well, fair. And then you see a rather short gentleman, a little person who's there also. And he is like inked from head to toe. And they're just sitting there, very quiet. No one's talking.
I'm gonna ask the guy who's short and tattooed from head to toe. So what you getting?
And he looks at you. He looks up at you because he has to. And he goes, "What's it to you?"
I'm just curious, man. I mean, you've got ink everywhere. What?
And you've got none.
I
So,
know. Okay, you don't have to talk. Jesus, it's a waiting room. Just making
Yeah,
conversation.
it's a waiting room, not a talking room. So sit down.
I think Antrax is like shrug and he's gonna like think, all right, now that I'm here, what do I actually want to get?
That's fair.
Tattooed?
So after the little man scalds you,
Yeah.
the bigger dude kind of looks at him and then looks at you, and he has this sort of like really sort of scowl on his face, and he stands up and he walks over to where you are.
Yeah.
And he towers above you.
Okay.
And he just looks down at you and he gives you this sort of like toothy grin. And his teeth are rather nice, actually, for someone of his nature. And he just kind of goes, "So what are you here for?" There's this really high-pitched voice coming out of this huge body. He's like, "So what are you getting?" As he sits down next to you.
Is there any kind of roll to see if this guy is playing me or
Guile. You can roll guile.
Okay.
To see.
Okay. I just kind of want to know why this person is asking me this question.
That's fair.
Oh, that's a surge. That's a 13.
Yeah. He's totally on the legit. I mean, he's like, "Yeah." He's like, "Oh yeah, I'll come here all the time. You'll love Madame Tess. She's great."
I think Antrak is gonna completely level with this dude. So I know how to use magic pretty well, but I was in
And he goes, "Oh, you're a magic user?"
yeah, and so like I was in a situation where I couldn't talk and I couldn't use my magic when I couldn't talk. And I kind of want to see if I got a tattoo with specific magical words, if that would like fix that or make it quicker. I'm not sure if this will work, but you know, I'm here, you're here, we're all gonna get tattoos, I would assume. And yeah, just you know, gonna kind of see what you can come up with that will hopefully enhance my abilities. What about you? What are you getting?
He goes, "Oh my goodness, I am getting," and he shows you this, like, he pulls out this piece of paper and he unfolds it, and it looks like it's been in his pocket for like forever.
Yeah,
And it's this like really hand scrawled looking thing. You really can't tell what it is, but he's like,
got the idea.
and he's like, it's for my mom.
Is it messed up? I'm not asking him that. I'm asking you that. Like, as a drawing, is the drawing messed up?
I mean, it's not high art by any means.
I want to see if I can, because in Surge, you can do minor magical effects that are without definition, kind of whenever you want.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to see if I can maybe take the idea behind this drawing and kind of scribe over it to make it clearer for the artist to inscribe on him.
Sure.
I would like to do that.
Okay.
I don't know if I need to roll something.
What are you using, a specific spell?
No, it's just like it's like a minor magical effect to read the intention of the drawing and change the lines of it.
I'm gonna say an intelligence roll then.
Yeah, that makes sense. Oh,
Okay, 6 is good. Yeah,
Six.
yeah, you're able to make it a little a little less hen scratched. So
Okay.
it's a little clearer. He's like, he looks at it and he goes, "Oh, it's beautiful."
Dude, I get it. That's gonna be amazing. She's gonna love this.
Yeah, mom's gonna love it. Oh, I'm sorry. My name's Finn. And he puts his hand out to shake your hand, which just engulfs yours.
Yeah.
And he goes, and this is Core. This the woman. She sits there and she just gives you the sort of a nod, like up.
Oh, great.
And you met Grumpus. Ignore him.
I mean, he's not that bad.
Yeah, we're all crew of the sea snail.
What's a sea snail? Is that a war vessel or a trading ship?
Oh, we're like a supply ship.
And you're just in port for a little bit before you head out,
yeah.
or
Oh yeah,
Okay.
yeah, we're legendary. They call us the Great Sea Snail. We're pretty good at what we do.
fantastic. I've heard of you guys actually. Now that I think about it, there's a song
Oh
that we all
wow!
sing on our ship about the great sea snail.
Really?
Yeah.
Can you sing it for us?
And we're like, there once was a port that no one could court until the great sea snails showed up on the shore. And then they report there was a lot of retort about the great sea snail. And it like none of it rhymes. And none of it really makes sense. But
They are like Finn is enthralled. He was like, guys, we've got a song. People sing songs about us. This is amazing. And Cora's just like, that's cool. And Grumpus is just like, whatever. He's like, that's awesome. And what's your name?
I'm Antrak. I'm from the Fossian thing. I'm a salt trader, and we got captured, and then we got rescued, and I just want to get a tattoo.
Oh wow, you're Fossian? Wow. We don't get very many Fossians here. So you're salt traders?
Yep. We were captured by the Dark Hands, and then the Nautilus. We're in Orpheus. The Nautilus rescued us, and now we're here.
Oh wow. Yeah, oh the Nautilus. Wow, the Nautilus is like the most amazing. Like everybody wants to be a part of that crew. So you were on the. Is it cool as they say? Is it like amazing to be there? You feel like you're shiny and new when you're on there. I mean,
I was in the hospital wing most of the time recovering. I had a broken leg, and my hand was all messed up, but they fixed all that. But I didn't really get to walk around a whole lot till I got off of it.
oh, okay. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. It's all right. One of these days I'll get to go on there. But for right now, we'll just supply her with the supplies that she needs. And during that, then Thane will re-enter. He'll re-enter the room, and he'll go, Entourage, come on. Come with me.
Okay. Great.
And he'll go, good luck. I hope your tattoo turns out great. I'm sure it will. And Thane will take you to the back, and we will. Let me shift gears and let's go to A.
Oh yeah.
So A, you're out looking for Entourage, and what do you do?
Well, first off, because I'm assuming by the time we actually got to port, it was probably like what, early morning.
Yeah, it's probably no, it's late afternoon at this point.
Yeah, still I haven't changed mutation for the day, so I figured I'd try and keep on the morning cycle.
That's fair. Yeah,
But
you've
as I'm
got
looking, I'm like, okay, this is getting old, and so I'm going to lose the red irises and grow wings.
very nice. Okay.
Enjoy the week too.
And there's definitely going to be a moment where, as before he even starts flying, where he's just rubbing his eyes from having thermal vision nonstop for God knows how long at this point since his last change.
You're gonna make Katarina so jealous.
That's kind of the reason.
Nice. Very nice.
I'm kidding.
Fly away with me. Fly, fly, fly away with me.
Okay. So,
But yeah, so once I get that, and I'm not necessarily going to go like flying. I'm just going to use the wings to kind of hover, like
Okay.
even like how Toydarians move in Star Wars. Like they don't fly really; they just kind of hover off the ground. It's like that,
okay.
which is also kind of an asshole way of doing it, considering there's probably people around. But oh well.
No one seems to really care. they
They
look at you. They look at you go up, and they're like, "Oh, okay, that's cool."
Oh no, I mean like I was literally going to be like maybe a foot or two off the ground.
Oh, okay. They're like, "Oh, well, that's."
So I mean like their
cool.
wings will be slapping people in the faces potentially.
Yeah, they'll give you a wide berth.
But I'm going to start looking for. But I'm looking for Honorak.
All right, you can roll intelligence for me.
All right, that's a level 3. Not a surge, damn it. It's a 5.
Okay. You did see him, obviously, but you do know that you remember that he had talked about getting a tattoo. So you would probably be looking for either tattoo parlors or maybe even stopping and asking somebody.
Yeah, well, I was going to say, not even just asking a person, but you know how sometimes some cities, especially ones that are well-traveled, would have like those boards like a mall would, saying like, hey, here's this shop and this shop and this shop and this shop.
Uh-huh.
Is there one of those nearby?
You're still in the port district.
Yeah.
You don't see anything kind of like that there.
Okay.
So you'd have to go into the city, into the actual city, I think.
All right. And as I do, if I'm still going to look around, if I see someone who I know will have a good idea of the city itself, like a cop maybe sitting on the corner, watching people go through customs, so to speak, or someone who looks like they're just coming back from, like they live here, but they're just coming back from a voyage. And just whoever I see first is going like, hey, I'm looking for some tattoo shops.
Okay. He'll be like, or she actually will say she. She's like, oh, okay. Like what kind of tattoo are you looking for? Are you looking for something commercial? Are you looking for something off the grid? You know?
Well, it's not for me. I'm actually trying to find a friend who ran off, and knowing them, probably something crazy.
Okay. All right. So you're going to want to go to Market Street. Which is, and she'll point. You're like, if you just keep going this way, you'll run right into it. When you run into Market Street, you want to go kind of to your right. And right down there will kind of be, it's going to start feeling a little seedy, but it's not. It's totally cool. But a lot of your tattoo artists kind of hang out in that area. So you might be there.
Yeah, I'll start heading that way then.
All right, cool.
I'm not even going to say a word. I'm just going to start floating down the way, and I'll put a hand out to wave goodbye, like behind, like going like, see you.
Ciao. And she keeps going. All right, cool. So you're heading your way to Market Street. So, Katarina, we'll come to you next. So you find the harbor master.
Yes.
He seems very busy with people coming and going.
I will wait until like the crowd. He's not so busy.
You're probably going to want to just jump in there at some point because it doesn't look like it's going to slow down anytime soon.
Okay, well, I'll get in line then.
Okay.
and hope nobody bumps into me.
Ow, ow. Well, you got your protective cage on, so if they do, it won't hurt us. It won't hurt that bad. It'll be more like inconvenient than anything. So yeah, so as you're in line, eventually you'll get to the harbor master's window, and he'll say, he'll call next.
Yes, sir. I hope you can help me. I just arrived on the Nautilus,
Mhm.
and I'm actually from Fossa, and we were unfortunately attacked by pirates and set adrift. And the good captain of the Nautilus helped us out, brought us here, and I have a kind of a twofold request. I'm looking for a ship, maybe passage back to Fossa,
Okay.
or is there some way I can contact Fossa to let them know what happened to us?
Well, I mean, we have ships that go in that direction. We don't have any ships that go directly to Fossa. We have several that come and go from the outer the outer islands near there. That you could probably get to an island and then get a ferry over to, or a airship to Fossa.
Okay, could I get the names of those ships?
Yeah, there's two that he knows of that leave within the next hour and a half.
Oh,
And
that
that's
would probably be too soon for me to gather the rest of my companions.
okay. The next one it won't be back in port for 4 days.
Okay. Okay.
And then the other one's out for, he's like, it's a week out, maybe.
An hour and a half or 4 days. Okay.
Yes.
The second part of my question, is there any way anywhere in town I could send a message, or how does that work? Could I send a message? Well, no, that wouldn't work.
You'd have to go to the prefect's probably office or to their communications. I mean,
Okay.
there's no way to do that here at the port.
Yes, I figured you would know where I could go next.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I would probably say to the central government building, maybe.
Okay. Can you Which direction is that from here?
Oh, that's you go back out. You go out the way you came in and go left, and then take an immediate right and straight up the avenue.
Okay. Thank you for your
Mhm.
time.
Well, of course. Next, it's like as they just coming in. Okay. All right. So you're out on your way to the government building.
Yep.
All right. So we'll go to Gath as you come to the captain. He's very much like, absolutely. Come on in, sir. What can I do for you?
It would help if I unmute myself.
That does help.
Captain, I was wondering, is there any way you can get word to somebody within the Fasten government or Fasten government and let them know you have information about our deaths?
Yeah, I mean we can. It'll take a while for them to get the message, but we can.
Would you have the time and willingness to do that?
I can send them. Yes, I can send to my contacts over in the liaison's office. They might be able to get a message to someone. I mean, do you need the message sent to someone specific?
Well, my thought process is somebody high ranking because of the nature of our mission?
Okay. I mean, are we talking governmental? We're talking military? We talking civilian?
Military.
I can certainly try to get a message through to the military. My liaison is more of an ambassador's assistant than anything, but she might be able to get a message through.
Well,
Yeah.
you also know somebody within the government, right?
Well, he knows he has a liaison that he goes through. He doesn't know anyone specifically in the government,
Okay.
but he could get a message to someone that's connected. He just can't get a direct message to someone because he's just, honestly, he's just a sea captain and not even a Fossian sea captain. He would have to go through ambassador channels.
Oh, and before I get ahead of myself, who was it that did a search for us?
Oh, the dispatch just came from the Fossian. The one we intercepted came from Fossian intelligence. That's it. It didn't get. There were no names. Like nothing. No vessels were named or anything of that nature.
But if it's from the Boston intelligence, that is hopeful there was the government looking for us.
Probably.
Right? Well, if you could at least try to send, arrange for somebody to get word out that you have information about the our deaths, it would be appreciated because hopefully they might send somebody to investigate.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I can send a dispatch. It'll take a few days to get there, but
That's fine. It's not like we're in a real rush.
okay. Certainly, I'll have it. I'll have it written up and sent out as soon as possible.
And
Mhm.
Gath doesn't know about the tattoo obsession, correct?
About the what?
Tattoo obsession, correct?
No, probably not.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think you were there when he mentioned it. Or I don't know. Did you mention it in front of everybody?
I don't know. I don't think you would have really kept it secret.
I know, but I didn't know if you talked about it when you were with everybody or if that was more just with Thane. I don't remember if you were in the room and you mentioned it.
I mean, I don't know how much it matters, to be honest. Like, I don't know. I don't think Antrak would have kept it intentionally secret, but he probably also wouldn't have been like broadcasting it. So it probably would have been more likely that Antrak said something about getting a tattoo. Oh, there wasn't a tattoo artist on board. I guess I'll get one when we get to port. Something like that.
Okay.
So I don't know if how Gath would read that as if Gath would read that as obsession or
right. Well, I mean,
It's more or less of the he's trying to figure out where he might have disappeared off to.
Right. What I was saying is I was wondering if you mentioned the tattoo when you were in the group. Like I'm trying to remember like earlier. So I don't think
I specifically mentioned it, but
okay.
I don't think as we were talking about things, I don't think Antrak would have said, I really want to go to the port because they'll give me a tattoo. I think it would have been like, I want to go to the port because it's a really good place to connect with a lot of people and we'll get some good intel.
Okay. Fair
and
enough.
That's what I was trying to figure out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Gath doesn't know about it.
Probably not. So what is
Yeah,
Gath?
try not to
do?
metagame it.
That's fine. So what is Gath going to do while you're waiting
How
for
does-
everybody else?
So, Captain, where's a good spot for somebody to get a good stiff drink?
Anywhere on the port anywhere in port side. You just go right off the ship. You'll find pubs all over the place. They're all good. I mean, they're all really got good drinks. So I would say go where where the most people are. They're usually the better.
That'll work. Thank you.
Mhm.
After all, I think after everything we've been through, I could definitely use one right about now.
Indeed. And Adder also will be like shaking, his head up and down.
All right, and then I'll take his advice and head in that general direction.
Okay, cool. All right, awesome. So we'll go to A. So A, you're floating to Market Street. You get to Market Street, and you'd go right on Market, and right up there, you'll see a lot of tattoo artists, sort of on the street. You can roll an intelligence check to see if you see Entourage anywhere there or any sign of him.
Okay. Then level 3 roll. Damn it, no surge. That's a 3.
Yeah, you don't. Well, you don't see Entourage on the street, so I'm going to say that even with the 3, you can probably deduce that he's probably in a shop somewhere.
And how many shops do I see?
Well, you see a number on the street. There's a few actual physical shops along the way there.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm just gonna start poking my head in.
Okay.
Oh, that's cool. Oh, that sucks.
Hey, do you know this guy? Hey, have you seen this guy? I don't even know who that is.
Now it's poke my head in one shop. Okay, don't say it. Poke my head in another shop. I see someone getting tattooed in a really weird spot. I was like, okay.
Oh, that's well, okay.
Okay, so okay, let's roll intelligence again. Let's see.
7.
Okay, 7. All right, so as you kind of go from shop to shop, you don't find him. You don't physically see him anywhere.
God dang it. So when I start seeing I'm getting close to the end of the shops that are currently on the street, I'm going to ask in the last 2 shops, he's like, hey, if anyone want to get a really weird tattoo, where would they go? Again,
really
not a bad description.
Fair. So the last shop you go into is sort of this sort of new age tribal, a lot of tribal tattoos. And the shop owner is like, well, what do you mean by that? I mean,
I don't know. The guy's crazy, so I'm assuming he's getting a crazy tattoo. And he wasn't in any of the shops here on the street, so.
Well, I mean, he could be in one of the shops down the alley. There's about 4 or 5 shops down the alley. I mean, if he's really into something unusual and weird, he probably went to Madame Tess's.
All right, and where's that?
That's if you go out my shop, take a right. It's the very first alley down on your right. You want to look for the turquoise door.
Okay.
And you need to tell him that Philip sent you.
Out of character, wasn't when we said Philip before someone got shot?
Yeah, I was it Philip? I thought it was David or something. I don't remember, but yeah, I
I'm
remember.
pretty sure it was Philip.
Okay, fair enough. Tell him Philip sent you.
Ah, great. Okay. Like I said, that was out of character. I just had to ask.
That's fair. I completely forgot
Oh.
that it was
It was Bill.
It was
Oh,
Phil.
Bill.
Yeah, Bill. That's right, Bill.
Yeah,
Bill.
that's right. His brother was Phil.
Oh my god.
That's what it was. It was Bill and Phil. You
that's
said
right.
Bill. You got someone got
Yeah.
shot.
That's right. Yeah,
So we were close. We
that's fine.
all right.
All right. So down
Yeah.
the alley you go. You'll come to a turquoise door.
I'll just do a good old shaving a haircut knock.
Okay, the little window will open up, and you'll see someone staring back at you.
It's like Philip sent me.
Then whoosh, it'll close real fast. There's a brief pause,
Oh, excuse me.
and then you'll hear the locks unlocking, and the door opens up, and you go enter.
I'll step in.
Door will close behind you, and you'll be led to the waiting room where you'll find 3 individuals.
I'm assuming Honorak's one of them.
Nope.
Mother.
You find this really, really big, massive, muscular guy with a handlebar mustache, a rather sea-worn woman who looks like she could whoop your ass just by looking at you, and then a really, really grumpy, small person.
And it's like, all right, this is literally pretty much my last stop at this point. Have any of y'all seen? And I'll describe Honorak.
And the big, muscular guy will stand up and look at you all scowly, and they go,
I can just imagine looking up like this.
"Oh yeah." He's like, "Yeah, he's a great guy. He's back with Madam Tess. Are you a friend of his?"
Will, can I roll something to see whether A laughs or not at hearing the voice coming from that kind of physical? Because I know A would probably want to, but he would try and hold it back.
You can roll guile to see if you can deceptively not laugh.
Oh, this is not gonna go well. This is gonna be so fucking funny. It's a level 4 roll, so it actually might go okay. 4. I rolled 1.
Yeah.
Thank God for the +3.
Yep. So with a 4, yeah, you're able to bite the inside of your lip to keep from laughing.
And I'll be like, thank you. And I'll go and walk to see and find Honorak back there.
Okay. So if you go through the beaded curtain, you will see Antarak on a table, strapped to a table. It actually, when you look at it, it literally looks like he's about to be tortured.
Honorak, what the hell?
Do I say, like, hey, A, come on in. How's it going?
What the hell are you doing?
Dude, this is going to be awesome.
Again, question stands. What are you doing?
I'm getting magical tattoos.
Oh. And A is literally just doing the whole like this bit. He goes, magic is already a lazy tool, and now you're trying to make it even lazier.
Hey, I am not a tool. And I would argue that being lazy is the gentleman's way of making other people do your work.
Becoming an island god temporarily went to your head, didn't it?
That's funny.
You
shall address me as Kushkata.
I was seriously considering that as one of my tattoos.
I love
it. Nice.
I think Entourage is just gonna look at you like, okay, so you think machines are fine because people who don't know how to work them are stupid, but people who don't know how to use magic are not okay because what's the big difference?
Machines you still have to take care of, which means you still have to put in effort. And you always have to expand upon the machines because eventually you'll find better designs. Magic is just, y'all just go.
Same thing with magic. You are always searching for a better spell, a better way of preparing it, more apt and abrupt ways of controlling it. It's like a sword fight. You're always practicing. You never stop practicing.
What's practicing?
Like literally, like okay, do you
And
like?
that was A being a smartass, by the way.
No, yeah, no, I know, and I think I was like, what do you mean? What's practicing? Practicing is you go over your basics over and over again. Like you go over your manual, you reread the basics because in a stressful moment, you never know when something simple might tip the tide of the battle, and this might tip the tide of the battle for us. I
I'm
might
pretty
be able
sure.
to do something quicker than one of our opponents. And I'm sorry if you can't see the value in me being faster than a magician who's about to blow your head off, but I would hope that you would thank me if that magician didn't blow your head off because I was able to blow their head off first.
If anyone else heard this comment, they'd be going, "What the hell?" Just out of character.
Yeah.
But he's talking about reading the manual. A's just going to go, "You think I read the manuals?"
Well, I assumed you knew what you were. No, I kind of assumed you did.
Yeah, no, I know what I'm doing. I don't need a manual to tell me what I'm doing. You saw the captain's leg. You think I need a manual for that?
And is there some kind of bouncer that I can be like, can you just kick this guy out? I just want to get my tattoo.
Well, Thane's there. I mean, you can. That's like, well, he's not there right now. He's in
I
there
guess,
with Madam
I guess he turned to A and be like, dude, I'm not telling you how to fix your machines. Don't tell me how to fuck with my magic.
Fine. And A will then proceed to just walk out of the parlor. He'll still be in at the tattoo shop. He's not going to be inside.
It's fair.
Okay, that's very fair. So you're gonna go sit out in the waiting room?
Oh no, I'll be outside the building.
Oh, outside the. Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, I got my wings. I ain't trying to crowd the parlor.
That's right. I forgot.
I'll be considerate in that regard.
That's fair. Okay, so as you are arguing before you head out, as you're arguing, sorry, give me 1 second. Actually, before you head out, let me go back to Katarina. So, Katarina, you have made your way to the government buildings area, the government area.
Okay.
You will see there's sort of like it's one building, so it's not multiple buildings. So you don't have to try to figure out which building to go into.
Okay.
So you get there. What do you do?
Is there like an information desk?
No, not really. I mean, there's not really anyone there like going, "Oh, hi, may I help you?" It's like, it's mostly just a lot of people coming and going.
Is there like a board listing offices?
Oh yeah, you could find that for sure.
Okay, I'm looking. Is there like a Fossian embassy or an ambassador?
No.
Okay. Is there communications?
Yeah, you will find a bureau of like intelligence and communication.
Okay, might be a little more than I need, but I'll start there.
Okay. It's on the 4th floor.
uh,
So, if you head up, the stairs, you will find the whole floor is basically the bureau.
oh, okay. Does anybody look particularly friendly?
Well, I mean, it doesn't seem like they don't seem to be unfriendly. They seem to be very busy,
Okay.
like constantly doing stuff.
Okay. Excuse me. I need some help.
One of them will stop and kind of look up at you and be like, can I help you?
Yes. I need to get a message to Fossa. Is this the right place?
What kind of message are you needing to get? I mean, we mostly send like official like communiques from this office.
This would be. If, I'm gonna look around and like it's kind of top secret, but yes, it is official.
Okay. Who are you sending a message to?
To what was his name again? The commander, the one that offered me the
Varnick.
job.
Oh,
Yes.
Varnick.
Yep.
Okay. Commander or Commandant Varnick. Okay.
Yes.
Of the Fossian military.
Yes.
Okay. Do you
Tell
have?
him.
Okay.
Yes. Is it? I don't know how you send it, but can I write it out?
Yeah, you can write it out. She'll give you
Okay.
an official form.
Yes. Word of our demise greatly exaggerated.
Okay.
In Obsidian,
In Obsidian.
please, marooned in Obsidian, please advise by reply as soon as possible.
It's Orphidian.
Yeah, the lady behind, she's like, it's Orphidian.
Oh. What was it?
Orphidian.
I would.
It's Orphidian.
I would have known that. That was
Yes.
just my hearing.
That's fair.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Do you have your clearance code?
No.
Oh, well then I can't send your message without a clearance code.
How would one get a clearance code?
Well, if you had a clearance code, you would know how that happens. She'd be like, so if you're supposed to have a clearance code, you would know how to get that. So she's like, I'm sorry, I'm not going to be able to send a message without a clearance code. And this is a pretty high clearance. This is like the leader of the military.
It's like I can. Who can I send a message to on FASA without a clearance code?
Do you know a janitor?
No.
Oh, then I can't help you. I mean, we don't send messages. Technically, we don't send messages to civilians or any of that. I mean, you'd have to have to send a priority or a communique through this office. You would have to have a security code on all levels, because we send out sensitive information, and without a clearance code, we don't know if it's, the people receiving it wouldn't know if it was legit or not. They may not even look at it without a clearance code.
I'll be back.
Okay. She's like, okay. And she'll take the form and, set it aside.
All right. I gotta
Okay,
figure out.
Arnold.
The funny thing, where you would have found your clearance code? At the bottom of the ocean because it was on your ship. All right, so you're going to go back and try to see if you can't figure this out. All right, cool.
Yes.
So let's go back to the tattoo parlor real quick, right before A storms outside. So Antarak is tied to a table, looking like he's about to get tortured. A is standing there, and they're arguing about magic versus mechanics. And as the two of them are arguing, you hear a voice that says, "Hello, boys," as a figure steps from out of the shadows. And standing in front of you is Commandant Talia Ivanovich. And,
Oh, shit. This doesn't sound great.
and that's where we're going to stop tonight.
God fucking damn it.
MC?
Well.
MC, this is actually a good thing.
Y'all know Thalia. Thalia's on your side. Well, kind of.
I'm about to say.
Yeah, kind of. She's not on your side.
Hey, she saved my life once.
She sure did. Yeah.
I tried to save hers.
Yeah. So, all right. So that's what we're in tonight. We're going to go around, let everybody kind of tell us again who they are, who they played, where we can find you guys, and what is the last thought in your minds before the stream ended? Your character's minds, not yours. We'll start with Gaff and working in our reverse order.
Hi, everybody. I am Old Wormslayer, and I have been playing the formerly known as Redbeard Gath Alfredi. And mindset-wise, you can find me here in a couple of weeks if real life doesn't keep interfering, playing the Reign of Vecna campaign with Kel and Papriku. And mindset-wise, Gath is, I hope this will work
That's fair.
without us getting removed from the mission.
Fair. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, cool. Go up to Antarak.
Yeah. I am MC Henry or Antarak. If you're following me on X, stop it. I'm not on X. I don't have social media, mostly because I tried. I just can't keep track of notifications. I'm really bad at it. But that being said, I am here every other week as Antarak, the troubling, probably annoying wizard who has ideas of his own about how magic should work. I am running a Monster of the Week campaign on this channel every other Wednesday, which I won't be there until March 11th, but we will have a game on the 28th run by one of our players who is a game designer. So that should be pretty cool. Aside from that, I play Monster of the Week with Station Zero. I am a keeper and player for Gesselheim Productions. I do charity one-shots. And there's a bunch of other junk, but yeah, that should be it.
All right. Let's go over to Katarina.
What were you thinking? What was your mindset?
Yeah, where was your
my mindset? Why is it so hard to get a freaking tattoo? Like, it's not like I'm filing my taxes and I forgot my forms and I have to go back and like make sure I have the right ones. I'm just trying to get a tattoo. I think Antarak is sufficiently annoyed at the fact that people just keep barging in when he's just trying to get a little ink done in the afternoon.
Fair enough. Fair enough. All right, Katarina.
All right, I'm Lisa, Winterwolf for Leia in chat, D&D Winterwolf on Discord. I play Katarina Zephyrian. You can find me every Monday night here on Halfling Wizards channel for either WindRiders of Aria, as tonight, or Leia Origins with Kel, and that's on the opposite Mondays. I don't know about next Monday. We haven't discussed Memorial Day yet. You can also find me eventually coming back every other Wednesday for the Liminal Blink. We've been on hiatus. I haven't got a word on a new startup date for that yet. And then every other Friday, including this coming Friday on Celtic Wyvern King's channel for the Stargate 5e campaign. That if you have not checked it out, please do. It's a lot of fun. Too much
Wait,
fun.
we're playing this Friday? I'm joking.
Ah! Katrina's mindset is a freaking clearance code. They trust us with this mission of saving the world, and I don't remember ever getting a clearance code. Did they not think we would ever need one? Now, what the hell are we supposed to do? Are we supposed to just hitch a ride on a ship and get there whenever the hell we get there? So she's like, she's frustrated with bureaucracy right now.
That's totally fair. That makes sense. Cool. All right, and Kel.
Hey y'all, I'm Cal, also known as the Celtic Wyvern King. You can find me here every Monday for either Orlea Origins, where I play Kieran, the ASMR lore bard, or here on WindRiders, where I play A, the chief engineer / budding psychopath. Though again, Honorag is more and more taking that title.
You say budding, I say
Yeah.
something.
Every other Wednesday, including this Wednesday, you'll be able to find me on my channel running my Theros 5e campaign, A God's Challenge. Where my party last episode got some interesting items that's going to evolve with them, which is going to be fun. Because essentially, for those who played 3.5, and none of my players are in here, so I don't have to worry about them hearing this part. But for anyone who's played 3.5, you'll know what these are. These are essentially my version of legacy weapons.
Very cool.
Yep, because legacy weapons can be fun. Especially when you theme them off the different gods of Theros. Anyway. Every other Thursday, you'll be able to find me back here for Reign of Vecna. I play Meek, the Reborn Goliath, Redemption Paladin. Try saying that 5 times fucking fast. And then every other Friday, you can find me on my channel again for, as Lisa mentioned, my Stargate 5e campaign, which will be this Friday, where we get to deal with more trauma.
Yay.
Because we left off with one character getting hooked back up to a machine to relive their moments being Ball's prisoner.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Where Lisa almost had their hand broken the first time.
Oops.
I made the mistake of holding her hand.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
And let's say the character decided to go grip strength like they were pushing out a baby.
Oof. Oof.
It was just a slight fracture. One that because Lisa actually rolled really well on the Constitution save, surprisingly, for that one. Because I think we were all expecting that one to be like, nope, broken.
Just bruised.
Yep. Still working on getting a Surge campaign started on my channel. I got to find a player because one of the players, I just haven't heard back from them, so I got to figure that out. Plus, I want to see what the new updates coming for Surge are going to be, because Greg has been teasing us.
Yep.
You want to talk about sadistic, being teased with the updates. And then might start another game on my Fridays just till dinner and the game is back up and going, because Ray's still dealing with some IRL stuff. Haven't decided what I'm running yet. Who knows? It might be the new Alien TTRPG, because I do have the PDF for Aliens Evolved, so that might be fun. And then once I get back to it, I need to write up some one-shots, so that way whenever we have a game get canceled, you guys will see me here running whatever the fuck I feel like playing that will let me throw at y'all. Because we had a Jurassic Park one-shot, which Will has taken that like 5 miles past what it was.
Yeah. Oh, I don't have my mug with me. Darn it.
Again? Come on.
Yeah, I know it's dirty. Sorry.
Oh. And then we also did a match one shot that Lisa was a part of.
Yep. Cool. And where's your character? Did you already say what your character's mind frame was?
No, but it's pretty much what's going through his head. Pretty much what's going through the cat's head when he cut his tail in Cat in the Hat, which is son of a.
Yeah. Fair enough. That's fair. Absolutely. All right, cool. And of course, I am Willer, the Halfling Wizard, the Chaos Facilitator, and awesome. I get to work with all these guys. So make sure a couple things real quick before we head out. Make sure you check out our little links down below here on our Twitch page. It'll take you to all of our links to our YouTube, where you can subscribe to us and see all of our past episodes. You can get to our Patreon. You can also check out our friends over at Surge. You can check out our merch store, as we were just talking about. We do have some really cool merch. Also, we are still collecting money for the Freedom Service Dogs of America. I think we're now up to 325 of our $500 goal. Thanks again to Lisa, who donated again. But if you feel the need and want and desire to donate to an amazing organization, they are amazing. They team up our veterans with service animals to help them get through the hardships of what they're dealing with. So you can save 2 lives, actually, a veterans and a dog's. So please donate. They're gonna remain our charity until we reach the $500 goal. Because I just really like them, and I like the people too, because I've spoken to the owners of it, and they're pretty amazing. But yeah, so go check out all of our links. We are going to do a giveaway. I swear to you, I'm gathering up all of this stuff now. Once I have all the stuff selected, we are going to start that out. I just wanted to make sure we've got everything that we're going to give out before we do the giveaway. But we're already well past 250. I think we're at 261 now, and climbing, which is fantastic. But yeah, so hang in. We are going to do a giveaway. We've got some dice towers, and we're going to have some HWP merch, and fun stuff like that to give out. So just keep coming back and checking with us, and we'll get that going here pretty soon. So again, make sure you go and check out, all of our Patreon, our YouTube, subscribe to our YouTube, check out all of our links on Twitch. And of course, if you can, please give to the Service Dogs of America. We would truly appreciate it. So, but I guess until next time, we'll still be here. You'll still be there. Well, maybe we'll join up in the same area again, same bat time, same bat channel. But until then, everyone, we'll see you all later. Bye-bye.
Tiny robes he's wearing so fine, in the tavern sipping on wine, knows the secrets of the old halfling wizard never told. Mystic wand and a pointed hat, talks to people about this and that. Sneaky tricks and a wink in his eye, halfling wizard makes the hours fly. Oh, halfling wizard in the night, casting spells to the moonlight. He can talk and he can know, in his world the magic grows. Down the road in evening light, he'll engage you, that's his delight. Readers of the stars he seeks, in a crowd he's sure to speak.